Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and a couple of years back I did a video on a lighter from Bic. If you guys know the brand Bic, they are well known for their disposable lighters. They're the cheap plastic lighters that you can get at gas stations and stuff like that. Usually they have like a small version and a bigger version. So in that video, which if you guys are interested in seeing it, I will leave it linked up here or at the end of this one. It was a lighter that looked similar to this. It was called like the Easy Reach or something like that. It had a longer stem right here, which is perfect for lighting like candles that are deep inside where the wick is, stuff like that. But that video, again, I did it, I want to say almost 5 years ago. And I couldn't find the actual lighter that I used in that video, but this is basically the same exact thing. It's just from another company. But I guess it's good that I wasn't able to find it because that video had a lot of negative comments on it, and it was basically on how hard it was to actually press the ignition switch right here to actually turn the lighter on. So you guys can see, you press right there and the flame is out, and then you can use it. So if you need to light a candle or something like that, you can go ahead and do that. Now the other negative thing that a lot of people were saying about that lighter is that you couldn't refill it. Again, with disposable lighters, I don't really look at them as refillable. You know, you spend a couple bucks on them, you use them, they dry up or you use up all the fuel, and then you just go and buy yourself a new one. I think this one you can actually refill, if I'm not mistaken, but this is exactly what that lighter looked like. And I just have this one here because I know a lot of folks have this type of lighter in their home. Maybe you use it to light a stove, maybe a barbecue or something like that. Again, this is not by Bic, but it's in all intensive purposes a longer version of this one. Again, you pull the trigger there, the light comes on. This one does have the ability to make the flame larger or smaller, and then you do have a little window right here that shows you how much fuel you have in there, and then again you can go ahead and refill it. Now, the reason that I'm showing you guys both of these is because while I was at my local Walmart today, I actually came across what I think is the next evolution of that lighter that I reviewed a couple of years back. And it's also by Bic, and it's this one here. So this one is called the Bic Easy Load. Now it does say new. I don't know how new this is because this was actually in the clearance section at my local Walmart. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up and see what it looks like, what it works, how it works, and showcase it for you guys because again, I did that other video and I wanted to do this as almost like a follow-up. Now, as you can tell by the packaging here, basically what they did is they took this form factor of lighter, so as you see right here, but they made it hollow, and then it will accept the larger size Bic, so as you guys can see there. So that's why it says easy load, because basically you're loading this lighter into this one to give you that longer reach in case you need it. So this does come with one lighter shell, which is this right here, and then one actually lighter by itself. It does say it's reloadable with a Bic Max, longest lasting up to 15,000 lights, I guess you could do that. And then it just shows you in the back kind of how to put it together. So it does give you some uses here, you know, for a campfire, birthday cake, candle, grill, and stove. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the packaging here. Let's see if I can cut into this one here to see if I can get into it pretty easy. There we go. All right, and let's go ahead and see if it is easy to use, first of all, to get going, but then second of all, which is the biggest negative comment that I got, is how easy is it to actually light. That's the one thing that people were saying on that other one. Now, if you watch that video, you'll notice that I didn't really have too many problems with it, but you know, because these are cheap disposable lighters, I don't think that the quality control is going to be the same on all of them. So you might get some that work right out of the box perfectly, and then you might get some that don't, unfortunately. So here is the bottom section, and here is the shell. Again, nice and light. I don't see anywhere to actually, you know, like graduate the flame like you have on this one, and it obviously doesn't give you any type of gauge because the fuel and everything is coming out of this lighter right here. So this is your standard Bic lighter. It does have the kind of child safe section right here in the middle of the wheel, but you just spin that and there you go. All right, so let me take a look at the instructions here to make sure that I'm putting it in correctly. So it says So obviously you want to put it in like this with the lighter wheel towards the front here. So all you have to do is kind of slide it in there, looks like it. And then there is a hole on the bottom here, which corresponds with this section here. So let's go ahead and put it in there, and it snaps closed. Now the moment of truth. And there it is. All right, I guess it took a couple of tries for the gas to kind of go up the cylinder there. So let me show you guys on camera here. So very easy. Now, I can tell you these style of lighters like this, even like this one here, they're not going to be 100% reliable. Like you might have to actually pull the trigger a couple times before it actually lights, especially when you start getting low on the fuel. So that's kind of what I saw on this one. So now, you can pull it. And there you go, you have it. But then if you needed to either use the lighter by itself, it just slides right out. Again, this one still lights just like that. Or if you use up all the fuel on it and then you need to replace it, again, you can just go buy yourself a new one. Probably what I would do is, if this was going to be something that I would be using often, is maybe get this and then like a 4-pack of those larger big lighters. That way I always have it on hand. So again, I just took it out. Let's see, once I put it back in. All right, right away on the first try, it actually lit up. And it's not like I'm holding it down to let the gas go up or anything like that. As soon as I click it, it's actually coming on. Oh, see, there it failed right there, but again, work on that one. So pretty interesting. Like I said, I saw this at the clearance section in my local Walmart. It was like $4.95, something like that. I think the regular price was about $7.95 or $6.95, so it's about $2 cheaper. So for $5, you get your lighter. Yeah, you're paying a little bit more than you would pay for just the Bic by itself, and you could just use it. But if you have the need for this longer reach, then you can go ahead and get yourself one of these, and it'll work that way. So hopefully this will help in case anybody has any questions. Maybe you come across this one, or maybe you saw that previous video and we're like, that, yeah, it's cool, it's small, it does give you a little bit of more reach. But again, what I was hearing from a lot of people is that there might have been some sort of child lock or something on the trigger mechanism, but they were saying that they would actually have to use 2 thumbs to light it. Again, this is not it. This is a different brand, but it's the same form factor. So I think like what they did is they took both of these, melded it into one, but instead of keeping it that way, you have the ability to just leave this behind if you had to take this with you by itself. And then if you needed to use it, just slide it right in there and put the cap, and you are ready to go. So again, pretty easy. It doesn't take too much effort to do that, so that is really nice. So there it is, taking a quick look at the Bic Easy Load lighting system here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.